Hello there, greetings everybody. Welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're back today to do an episode of Not What We Hope For. Now, I've been doing these now, God, I don't know how long. It's been probably 5-6 months, maybe longer. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. The premise of the show is very simple, is that every one of these I've done, I've liked the album for the most part. There's been a couple, maybe not so much, but I have liked most of the albums we've done. But I've had expectations of the album being better than it was for a number of reasons, really. Some of them I put expectations on the album on my own. Others gave me these albums. Oh, this is fantastic. It's great. You'll love it. And then it just didn't live up to the hype that it was given. This particular album, I think, and sometimes this happens too, where in the case of this album, which was released in 1970, the last album by the Beatles, Let It Be. Yeah, it's Let It Be time. Nice shot. I do like this pack that it came in too. I got this for $1, if you can believe it, and it's in great shape. I got 2 or 3 of them at the same time. Somebody had turned in their Beatles albums, and I got 3 of them for $3. Yeah, so that was to me a big score. This is a pretty good album. I do like it. But sometimes it comes down to this. There aren't as many songs on this album that I like as that normally happens on a Beatles album. Usually on the Beatles album, for the most part, I like a lot of the stuff, but at least 2/3 of the album I will like a lot. In this case, it's not that I hate any of the stuff. I don't. I just don't prefer this music on this album as much as some of the other Beatles albums. And Let It Be is not one of those songs that I really care much for, so that hurt it because that's the title track, right? The other song on here that I like quite a bit is Get Back, another great Beatles song. Across the Universe is okay. But for the most part, there's a lot of stuff on here that just doesn't really stick with me that well. The long and winding road I could probably do without as well. So yeah, it's not a bad album by any stretch. There isn't a Beatle album out there that I don't like. There's a few of them at the bottom that aren't go-to albums for me. This one being their last album, I kind of expected it to be this absolute classic masterpiece. Some people would say it is. I don't feel it. I don't think it is, in my own opinion. They have better stuff than this. And this is it almost feels a little forced. In some ways, I feel like some of the songs are a little bit more individual Beatles tracks, members tracks rather than Beatles tracks. But that's just my own opinion. And for what it's worth, it's just how it happens. And it sometimes happens. And the funny thing is that most bands, there's very few bands that have every album I love by them. There's very few. I can't even think of one right offhand at the moment. And maybe Led Zeppelin. I would think Led Zeppelin to me has no albums that I don't like. But other than Led Zeppelin, everybody else has 1 or 2 or even more. And that includes most of my favorite bands have at least 1 or 2 albums that I don't like. Rush, no exception to that. They have 2 or 3 that I don't like. But they have a lot of great stuff too. So that's normal. Nobody can be perfect. But I kind of expected this. When I first got it, I thought, this is their last album. It's great. It's a nice shot. It's a nice booklet and everything. And it just didn't sit well with me. So for today, not what I hoped for. The Beatles Let It Be. Please hit the like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you want to make comments about Let It Be, by all means do so. Some people see this very differently. I wonder if anybody out there actually sees it the way I do. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. Anyways, you can put your comments about the Beatles or the album in the comments section below. We will be back next week for another ranking the songs off an album show that's now taken over from Big Surprises, and we'll continue forth for now until I decide if I want to change even that. So anyways, I hope to see you then. Take care and have a good one, and goodbye.